here's my question. Maybe help us understand the following for some folks that don't follow it. So, in religion, you'll have Jews will say Christianity, they're really Jews. Jesus was a Jew, so you guys kind of took it and came out with this NIV and then changed the whole thing up.
Judaism 2.0.
It's really Judaism 2.0,
Sure.
right? And then Christians will say, well, LDS, you took a Joseph Smith from Vermont and you took this and you created LDS and you guys went and out of Chicago eventually ended up in Utah, Brigham Young, et cetera, et cetera. No,
Judaism, this
7 day, all this stuff that you hear about, right?
Yep.
Muslim, Baha'i. So what it almost sounds like in the crypto community there is religions, right? You got folks like Pomp who will swear by Bitcoin and nothing else, literally nothing else. The other day I was on, is it Natalie Brunell, who is a very eloquent. I was on her podcast and we were speaking. She is strictly Bitcoin, not Ethereum, not nothing else. And then there's guys that dabble on everything and diversify, and there's guys that just can't stand Bitcoin. Why don't you explain to us what these different religions within crypto are?
Interesting.
First of all, I love the religious analogy. It's one that I use all the time. So it's often, trying to figure out the Israel-Palestine issue, right? Like we'll never see those two groups likely come to an agreement on, oh, okay, we all agree. This is all going to work. Not going to happen. But the thing with Bitcoin that people don't understand is that Bitcoin is capable of being everything to everyone. And that's really how it was designed. It was designed fundamentally to replace the internet. We don't have 10,000 internets. We have one internet.
Yep.
It is a fixed protocol that people can build on, in, above, around. But the internet's going to be there. So you can build your business based on knowing that the internet is going to be the same in 5 years, in 10 years, whatever. These are at least the assumptions that we make. The problem with all these different protocols, with Ethereum is a great example. Ethereum hard forks basically once every year, has a very deep and fundamental protocol change, which means everybody needs to retool everything. Everybody needs to reissue tokens. They need to reissue the apps that they make. They need to reissue these smart contracts. Basically breaks everything. And then at the end of the day, Ethereum is only really capable of about 15 transactions per second globally, which is nothing. This is essentially zero throughput.
15 transactions per second globally.
Correct.
Okay, got it.
Visa, for example, is good for about 50,000.
Per second.
Per second. Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Does Ethereum have the ability to improve that? Or that's the limit? Like
they claim to, and they're about 2.5 years behind on their roadmap saying that they absolutely will, but I think it's a big meme. I think they want to continue to pump valuations. It's like Tesla. It's like, hey man, these trucks are coming out, in 2019. No, they're coming in 2020. Well, okay, it's 2021. We'll probably get them by 2023.
But you look at Tesla's now $1 trillion valuation. So, and
but
by the way,
should they be?
You have to know this. So from my end, one thing you need to know about this group, I don't know about him, but I'm not tied to a group. I'm just simply asking a question to get smarter, right? So to me, when you talk to the metaverse community or the NFT community, they'll say, I don't know, Ethereum's got 10 million coins. I don't know the exact number, what it is, but give or take is what I hear.
It's actually endless. So Ethereum is emitted constantly forever. So there is no supply cap on Ethereum. It exists specifically to launch smart contracts that are...
That's the key, right? So the smart contract is what I love about Ethereum personally. Like so much of this is currency, and we get into like the speculative investment because so much money is being made and lost. But you said it before, it's really technology that people don't understand. The blockchain specifically is the future of all commerce. So,
but what people don't understand is that Bitcoin was always capable of smart contracts and smart contracts that are more powerful than Ethereum smart contracts. Ethereum is limited by it's a very fundamentally different design. They use a gas model, and this is why the fees are astronomical when there's a bunch of traffic and all this stuff. So in Bitcoin, nodes are competitive, so every node in Ethereum needs to cross every threshold together. So the network is only as fast as the weakest node in the network, which in my opinion, it's an altruistic system, which in my opinion is garbage. You should never build a network that is based on altruism. So everybody's trying to placate everyone, have it so that everyone can run nodes. This is why they want to switch to proof of stake. Like, well, we'll get more people to run more nodes. That'll be good. And I think the exact opposite. I would rather have 10 people who are ruthless and really, really want to scale, really want to disrupt everything and are willing to do anything to make that possible. And that's how Bitcoin's designed. Bitcoin uses what's called the UTXO model, which allows them to parallelize and compete. So rather than having one chain that is jumping to each block, you have maybe hundreds, maybe thousands of nodes that are competing to build the best block. And they want to orphan everybody else. They want to force everybody to go their direction because they're the best.
Who's this? This is any one of them.
This is the way the Bitcoin protocol is designed. So right now it could be anybody, and it could change on a dime. In fact, this is why we've seen these fiefdoms grow up in Bitcoin and then crash down. And it's because it's like, look, man, I'm just better than you. And if you can't keep up, if you cannot be better than me, you lose, and you should lose. And that's what makes Bitcoin great.
So if you enjoyed this little short segment from the podcast that we did, here's another short segment to watch. Or if you want to see the entire podcast, click over here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.